This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Dolphins reporting, talking. Fitzpatrick was addressing the media over the weekend. Couple things here. Let's get into Fitzpatrick. And he was asked about his time with Tua so far. And you got to love the approach that he has talking about Tua.
It's not all that difficult for me. I mean, I'm going to go out there and compete every single day, as I know the younger guys are. But in the meeting rooms, I'm not going to keep anything to myself either. I'm going to make someone tell me to shut up, because I'm going to talk as much as I can and share as much as I can with, the intimate knowledge I have of this offense, being in it for 5 years, and really just experience since I've been in the league. And I know that, I don't know how much time it'll be before Tua is in the lineup. I know that I am the placeholder, and we've already had that conversation. I told him, I'm going to do the best I can to lead this team and, to win football games when I'm out there. And whenever it is that Tua gets his chance, whether it's early or late or whenever it is, I'm going to be his biggest cheerleader. And that's what I said earlier. But I think I have a unique perspective just from the career that I've had. And I was excited that they drafted him. And since, meeting him in person finally the other day, I'm really excited. I think we've really hit it off. And even though I'm an old geezer to him, we've meshed personality wise, and I'm excited to work with him.
So that's Fitz talking about it. And listen, can I remind you again how wrong I was about Fitz? Can I just do that again? Huh?
You know what? You're not the only one, man. I think pretty much everybody,
I looked at it the wrong way with Fitz.
Had no idea.
I just
this
looked
guy
at it
was
like
so...
the journeyman that's thrown a ton of interceptions, and that's kind of the way I looked at it, and I lost the big picture of it. And that's where he is priceless.
Guy's super professional, man.
Yeah, and he understands the position that he's in right now, that he's got to mentor the young guys. And whether it was Rosen last year, and obviously we moved on now to Tua, and they've run over Rosen, but that's Rosen's own fault, nobody else's. And you look at what's going on right now, and the way he has a great attitude about this, how he is just going to pour out all his knowledge and allow these young guys to learn from him. And Tua, as you all know, I'm not breaking any news here to you guys, you can tell that he's a great young man and that he's going to take advantage of all these moments. And all that information that Fitz is going to spit out, he's going to gobble all of that information up to make himself better. You know what I mean? Because Tua has the right attitude about it also. So it's very important. And the fact, again, remember what I told you about Butler? That I looked at him like, okay, well, you give him the money, will he kind of want to take over and be the man and all that? And he has not. He's wanted the Miami Heat to be the man. He has done what's best for the team, whether it's preparing Kendrick Nunn, if it's working with Tyler Hero, if it's working with Duncan, Silva, whoever the hell else is on that roster. That's what he's been doing. And this is what this guy's doing. The same thing, man. He's working he's doing the professional thing about all of this. And his job is to try to win. His job is to try to develop Gesicki. His job is to try to develop Rosen. His job is to try to develop Tua. His job is to help develop Devontae Parker. His job, you get what I'm saying? What's the name of the Isaiah Ford kid? All of these receivers took steps forward because Fitz helped those guys. We saw Gesicki do things he couldn't do the year before, and it's because Fitz is the one that probably helped him along the way with confidence, with ability, with opportunities, all of those things. must have been in the huddle. It must have been in the meeting rooms. It must have been moments on the side where Fitz reached Gesicki where others could not. You understand? And so you got to love everything about Fitz. And where I was dead wrong about him was I was thinking small picture, not big picture, and how much he could mean in the big picture. And again, kudos to Chris Greer, kudos to Brian Flores for bringing him on and understanding what he could bring to the table as a big picture. This weekend, one of my posts with Heineken this weekend, I had a throwback Tampa Bay Mutiny shirt, right? And there's this guy that runs a website. It's called Route One Soccer, and he's a decent person, overall. But he has a tendency of whining and complaining a lot, and so he goes, I get your promotion, but why are you wearing a defunct jersey of a team that is no longer around? And I go to him, dude, and he goes, oh, and you should only be wearing Miami jersey. That's it. And I said to him, yo, my brother, listen, first of all, you don't get it. It's about big picture. And first, it's called throwback. I have a throwback MLS jersey. Tampa Bay Mutiny don't exist anymore. It's actually a really fresh jersey. If you saw it, it's a really cool jersey. Okay? But I was a Mutiny fan to a certain extent, is what I told him. Because when the Mutiny started, we didn't have the Fusion. We had not expanded yet. So I went up to the Mutiny a couple times to go see games and to, check it out, cover it, and then come back. And I would talk about it on my Spanish sports talk show and on 940 Wins. On Radio Acción on 8:30, I had La Ensalada Deportiva. And then on 940 Wins that I did stuff there. So I would talk about it because I've always been a soccer guy. Like I told them, when we didn't have Orlando City, I was a Portland Timbers fan. That's who I chose. Just like I chose the Phillies, the Sixers, and the Flyers when I didn't have the Heat, the Panthers, and the Marlins. I didn't grow up with those teams. I only grew up with football. I only had a football team in college and in the NFL, and I had the Strikers in the old NASL. So I was a Portland Timbers fan. Then we got Orlando City, and I said, you know what? I'm going to support Orlando City because they're the state team right now. And then when we got Inter, thank the Lord, now Orlando can go screw themselves. I don't really mean it, in a bad way, but, hey, Inter Miami is God now. See? That's my team. It's always going to be. All Miami teams are my teams because that's who I am. But I told them I appreciated that Tampa had the Mutiny while I didn't have the Fusion because it gave me something. And just because I have Inter Miami locally, do you think I'm going to crap on Miami FC? You think I'm going to crap on Miami Beach FC, on Himmershey, on Boca, any of the local teams? Hell no, dude. I'm going to support soccer overall because it's big picture. So what I told him, I said, dude, you don't get it. It's big picture. I want you to survive. You're covering soccer. I want Franco Panizzo. I want Michelle Kaufman. That's how it goes, dude. You want to support the people that are covering the sport. You want to support the teams too. That's what I do. So when we brought back the Strikers, it was actually Miami FC. I rooted for Miami FC, and then Tim Robbie came in and switched it back to the Strikers, which was fresh, which I'm going to use a Strikers jersey on my next promo. But, it's because it's big picture, and that's what I missed with Fitzpatrick. I missed the big picture. I was dead wrong on that. I was just thinking, he's just a bridge. He's going to throw a bunch of interceptions, and then we'll hand it off to Rosen, and then we'll just continue trying to develop Rosen. I did not look at it that he would be the perfect mentor in the process. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I got to give him a lot of credit and a lot of maturity. 786-322-1105 on the text line if you want to get in, 786-322-1105.
You get kind of a pass because think about it. Does anybody else know how great Don Strock was?
No.
Only us, because he was involved with us.
Right.
Until the guy gets in your yard and you see what he does and get the whole lowdown, you really don't know what he is about.
Yeah.
Nobody appreciates Strock like us.
Fine.
And we have Fitzpatrick now when we could see.
But fair is fair. If I'm going to
man.
tell you when I'm right, I'm going to tell you when I'm freaking wrong.
Well,
you know what I mean?
you had no idea because you didn't.
You gotta be fair, bro. You gotta be fair.
Well, if we were to go out to anybody and say, "Hey, Strock was a great guy," like really, they'd look at you like, "Who?
Right.
What?"
They won't understand.
Exactly.
And
it's understandable that we wouldn't know.
Right.
The only thing we've seen is the Sunday production, and it's been really great at times, and then just that bad as well.